Doing sit to stands is a great way to build strength in the legs, the hip flexors, and the core. This is important for our mobility, for balance, for fall prevention, and for our independence. But we want to make sure that we do our sit to stands with proper technique for safety, especially of our joints. So our sit to stands, we'll start by sitting towards the front edge of the chair with that good posture. Separate the feet a little bit wider than the hips, toes pointing as forward as is comfortable. We want to make sure that the knees do not go past the toes and they track towards the center of the toes. So we don't want the knees to come in or out or go past the toes when we do this. So option one, if you'd prefer to stay seated, you'll sit up as tall as you can with that good posture, melt those shoulders down, engage through those core muscles, that band of muscles that support the spine, that surround the torso, and then hinge forward at the hips. So you're maintaining a strong flat back. Press into the heels until you feel the legs, the muscles of the legs engage. Hold here, and then come back to a neutral seated position. If it is safe for you to come up and down out of your chair, if it's comfortable for you to do so, and if you don't need any other assistance like a table, then you can do option two. Hinge forward at the hips, maintain that strong flat back, press into the heels, keeping those knees behind the toes, and they track towards the center of those toes. We'll slowly rise on up to standing with a flat back, come to standing, and then to come back down, hinge forward at the hips as you draw your bottom back behind you. Maintain that strong flat back. Start to bend the knees. Make sure the knees track towards the center of those toes. They do not go past the toes, and reach for the chair and slowly release. So I'll show you that one more time. Hinge forward at the hips, maintain that strong flat back, press into the heels, slowly rise up with control, really pressing, driving into the heels to come back down, hinge forward at the hips. Draw your bottom back behind you, make sure the chair is still there, and slowly, softly release your bottom back onto the chair. I'll give you the side view just so you can see what's happening with the position of my knees. So knees do not go past the toes, they track towards the center of those toes, and I maintain a strong flat back. So hinge forward at the hips, press into the heels, slowly rise on up, and then slowly release down, making sure those knees don't go past the toes, track towards the center of those toes, and maintain that strong flat back. So you can do as many as you can as long as you maintain that good technique. And you'll feel the strength of the legs, the hip flexors, and the core, which will help with our balance.